In a world of talking animals, where the sun shone brightly over the quaint village of Whiskerville, lived a spirited girl named Cristina. She had a fiery passion for cooking and a dream as big as the sky, to win the prestigious Whiskerville cooking competition. Cristina was known for her inventive recipes and unyielding determination, but this year, she faced stiff competition from her best friend, Brian, a charming boy with a knack for baking. Cristina and Brian had been inseparable since they were toddlers, sharing everything from toys to dreams. But as the competition loomed closer, the air between them grew thick with unspoken rivalry. The townsfolk buzzed with excitement, speculating who would emerge victorious, Cristina with her savory delights or Brian with his sugary confections. The competition was set to take place in the town square, a bustling hub of activity where vendors sold everything from fresh produce to exotic spices. Cristina spent her days perfecting her signature dish, a spicy vegetable stew with a twist of citrus. Meanwhile, Brian was busy crafting the perfect chocolate cake, rich and decadent. As the day of the competition approached, Cristina faced her first unexpected challenge. Her beloved spice supplier, Mr. Peppercorn, a wise old tortoise, had run out of her secret ingredient, fiery dragon peppers. Without them, her stew would lose its signature kick. Desperate, Cristina set off on a quest to find a new source. Cristina's journey led her deep into the Whisker Woods, where she encountered a mischievous raccoon named Rascal. Rascal had a reputation for being a trickster, but he promised to help Cristina find the elusive peppers if she could beat him in a cooking challenge. With no other options, Cristina accepted. The challenge was intense, with Cristina whipping up a quick, flavorful stir-fry while Rascal crafted a savory pie. As the aromas filled the air, a curious group of woodland creatures gathered to watch. In the end, Cristina's dish won over Rascal, who begrudgingly handed over a small pouch of dragon peppers. Returning to Whiskerville, Cristina felt a renewed sense of confidence. However, her troubles were far from over. On the morning of the competition, a sudden storm swept through the village, flooding the town square and threatening to cancel the event. The townsfolk, determined not to let the weather dampen their spirits, rallied together to move the competition to the community hall. Inside the hall, the atmosphere buzzed with excitement and the mouth-watering scent of culinary creations. Cristina and Brian set up their stations side by side, exchanging a nervous but supportive smile. As the clock ticked down, they worked feverishly, each determined to give their best performance. When the time was up, the judges, a panel of esteemed chefs from nearby towns, tasted each dish with great deliberation. The tension in the room was palpable as they whispered amongst themselves, scribbling notes and nodding thoughtfully. Finally, the head judge, a stately owl named Chef Oliver, rose to announce the winner. Both Cristina and Brian have shown exceptional talent, he began, but there can only be one champion. With bated breath, Cristina and Brian awaited the verdict. This year's Whiskerville cooking competition winner is Cristina, for her innovative and delightful stew. The room erupted in applause, and Cristina beamed with joy, her heart swelling with pride. Brian, ever the gracious friend, hugged Cristina tightly. "You did it, Chris. I'm so proud of you," he said, his smile genuine despite his own disappointment. In the end, the competition not only strengthened Cristina's resolve but also deepened her bond with Brian. They realized that their friendship was far more important than any trophy. Together, they celebrated with the townsfolk, sharing their dishes and laughter, knowing that their culinary journey had only just begun.